GM everyone, we're back with another Touch Base, our weekly episode. Today we have Ishika with me. Dutch is traveling. It's been a quiet week, at least from what I've been watching on the timeline. Market's been tanking, and but shit's still popping off on the base ecosystem, and we have seen some new stuff on the Zora side of things, and some pretty cool launches happened this week as well. Uh, excited to get this started. How are you feeling, Ashika?
All good. And in the next few segments, we're also covering some of the launches. So I'm like pretty optimistic about those. So we'll see. Yes.
Awesome. As always, we like to start off this weekly episode with some of the metrics on what's happening in the base ecosystem with respect to TVL and whatnot. And TVL has been pretty much the same, 4.146 billion. I think there's been like a slight dip over the last week. I think it was 4.2 billion or 3 billion of last week. And I think the main drop off is like we have seen this immense capital inflow because of everyone wanting to buy Zora. And, it was like peak base season and everyone was super interested. And right now, we're just kind of seeing a slight cool down of that. I feel so. I think we'll see a small outflows, uh, but the chain fees is around 144,000, and it will last 24 hours. And uh, lending for Morpho is up 26% and whatnot. And also, I think like Spark has been like gaining momentum in terms of on-chain capital allocator and generating yield, which is like another subsidy company for company for Maker Sky ecosystem. So I think that's pretty interesting. I'm paying close attention to that. Uh, and the next thing, like I wanted to go through some of the quick updates for you guys. One thing is we have seen this news, another big funding raise of Slash App. Ishika, why don't you walk us through what is Slash App, what do they do, and you can just kind of break this down.
As a Slash app is basically allowing you to have your funds transferred into and outside of US without an US address. And the best part is you won't be charged like hefty fees like what normally you use as PayPal and Wise. They charge a higher fee. Slash app is gonna reduce it. Plus, if you're holding your USDC on Slash, you get like a 4.5% cash back. There is no fee when you go from USD to USDC on the app, which is amazing because otherwise, any on ramp or off ramp partner that you will be using, they will charge you something, and this is just you removing that barrier as well. So I am very optimistic on it, and I feel like there will be a lot of inflows on this one.
Yeah, I think like everyone has been looking for good trade cards and ways to use their crypto capital outside crypto and making it their go-to way of buying stuff and paying the bills and just using it across business. And if you want to buy or on ramp again, you can just directly use it. So I think we are seeing more and more of these neobanks and banking services that kind of aid this growing crypto investor audience. And I think almost so many of these companies have raised these massive rounds. And I think this is just another. And their partnership with Base, what do you make of that? How is, that kind of working out? Is it like a stable coin play where you don't need to hold US dollars? How does that work?
I think the entire thing is held in USDC, and Base has a lot of ecosystem partnerships now. They did one with Friends FWB Fest also. They had this thing like a coffee pop up, and that everything that happened at FWB Fest goes viral. So that was also a great marketing place for Base. And so just because of the integrations, like the huge number of integrations that Base is doing, I think Slash would also benefit from it. And given that this card has basic system backing, I'm assuming like there will be chances of like zero fees and everything when you transact using basic system apps and everything. So a little bit more optimistic on this card as compared to others, which will be like available. But what are your thoughts? Do you use a crypto credit card or anything? And are you like very optimistic about it? Because especially in
Yeah.
India, I feel like I'm not sure if most of these work, and like because cards are not a common thing to work in India in any way, and they always charge you so high fees. So like, why not just UPI?
Yeah, it's like a different demographic, right? Like why
Yeah.
we are, for us it's very convenient with our UPI wherever we want to use, and this is more like people who want a credit line and they don't use debit, right? And they want higher cash rewards, and like as here Victor clearly states, like they have but until the end of the year they're giving 4.5% in cash rewards. So I think anyone just looks at that and they're like, you can just sign up and deposit your money and you just earn, you have this high interest savings account. And that's like, I think Coinbase has done this as well. In the early part of this year they have done it for quite a few months where they were offering around 10% or 9%, which like attracted a lot of deposits, and it's like free money, right? Like why won't you take it? uh, this is like even Robinhood did this when they were like, we will give you 2% or 1% of your entire portfolio, uh, you know, in cashback if you deposit. That was like everyone did that. So I think we will see more and more of these, and UX will win over time. Like the better front ends will win. So more than the credit cards, I think the bigger play here is businesses setting up their finance being managed by these kinds of tools. And like, this is a good example, right? Like, uh, the difference between Slash and other banks and how easy it can be. I think it will take some change, but when it is cost efficient and you're saving money, people will easily make that switch. I feel, even though it's kind of a newer alternative, but when you're saving money and even AI is being involved with their finance agent, and you can save a lot of money and time. I think a lot of the small businesses will make the shift. And yeah, I mean, I'm excited to see like how the crypto part of it will be play out, because I think that a lot of credit card, crypto credit cards, and the race is going on very strong. Cast card, I don't know if you've seen it. They are also doing very well with I think they also have like a points program or something. So it's like a very tough race. It's like one of the we have seen these launchpad wars. We have seen prediction markets competing. I think the thing that's kind of going under the radar is all these big credit cards competing, and it's probably a bigger, if not bigger market than those other two, and something that will go beyond crypto. So yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see how this all plays out, and considering that they're closely working with Base, and how it will be used inside the app, and how it will be integrated, will be cool to see. But yeah, I'm bullish on like any crypto credit cards. I think we need more of them, and yeah.
I agree on the part where you said that this is way beyond crypto because it's always saying USD accounts. And from what like every time I freelance and every time I have been like having my own things where I was interacting with outside accounts or outside vendors and everything, PayPal used to be the common thing. Or like, why isn't this like not a very friendly user case? Because PayPal freezes your accounts way too often, and with this you're getting like a cheaper alternative, more reliable. And also in general, what I've seen from, I have some people who work at uh, like non-crypto companies, but like AI companies which handle this payment payrolls and everything for company for like their vendors across the world, and their multipliers have been decreasing because there's just more AI companies coming into the place. That's what they told me, that the multipliers have been decreasing because of that. But I feel a lot of capital and a lot of people might be moving to crypto to alternate that way and just make it cheaper overall, which is why those companies might be seeing a decrease in their multipliers.
Interesting. Yeah. The next kind of launch, uh, I don't know if this is like a bigger on the scale and how people are engaging with it, but this caught my eye, and Jesse was tweeting about this as well. Like Towns app, it's basically native, on-chain native Discord. So I'm a part of so many subscriptions to these Discord groups, trading groups, and AI communities and whatnot. And I always felt like Discord is fine, but after a point, it gets like too overwhelming when there are thousands of people in there. There are like 20 channels, and it just gets so weird after some point. I don't know how making it on chain will make it a big difference for the one joining it, uh, but I think it definitely makes it better for the owner, or here they call it town owner. Uh, but yeah, I think they also launched a campaign, $1 million for everyone who's taking their token, and whoever stakes the most, I think, gets a bigger share of the campaign prize. Uh, but yeah, what are your thoughts on this native Discord app? Uh, do you use Discord?
Yeah, fun story. I will start with that. Start with something else. So I used to work for a incubator which had, like, you can say, the world's smartest teenagers in there, and all of these teenagers, like, the entire thing was based on Discord. We had a server and everything, and I had to hold like whole presentations to explain how Discord works. They were not able to figure it out, and even after that everyone just told me, this is so difficult, we just, it's not intuitive at all, is the bottom line. And crypto prefers using Discord. I've used it for a very long time. But in trading, like if I'm trying to copy trade someone or something, or if I see some calls, I genuinely always prefer Telegram. Discord usage has gone down like by a lot of like folds for me in the past few months, and now they're trying to change the basic Discord UX or UI by just introducing some features inside it, which I feel is sensible, because sometime I'll be just seeing something which is important on one channel, but how do I save that message to reference it again? And there's someone else who just now has texted on the group or something, because you can never reference back messages on Discord, and there's no proper search. So I think this would be so much better because you can just do the action right there. Could be a little bit better, but I'm still not very pro Discord, unless you're a gamer. It works good for gamers. Everyone else just can't figure it out. So yeah, I hope Towns makes it better. And surprisingly, Slack UI was loved by so many people. So if they make it a little bit more Slack with trading, it'll be nicer.
Yeah, I think. I mean, it's gonna be interesting. I haven't really signed up, but uh,
Okay,
let me check.
it's not working. Let's
Okay,
call
there.
the new Deverell of Privy on the stream and ask him, okay, why is Privy not working?
No, no,
We
I
have.
just yeah. So there are like so many groups, and I already recognize some of these groups. Some of these, uh, like I recognize Zen Academy by Zeneca. I
Yeah.
recognize Ken Charts. Uh, so I don't know. Like we have seen these private groups being made. I would like to see I think it's all about attracting the best creators. It's the same as time.fun, right? Like you are basically giving access to your time, and as part of a group or a community, like they're also doing, with number of minutes being the entry and access to the group. So I don't know, everyone is doing it. I would like to see, besides the prize campaign, how they'll differentiate. But I think like launching token is always a good way to bootstrap your initial traction. So with staking and just $1 million prize, I think they'll attract a decent number of groups. It just depends on what kind of creators are joining the platform and how often, like what's like the retention rate of the people who are joining. And yeah, one thing I would say is I don't like pricing things in ETH. It just feels weird. Like NFT is fine, and stuff. I think this is also like minted as an NFT. I believe, but I would much rather just keep it like a subscription kind of thing, right? Like a one-time fee of $300 or something. When it is denominated in ETH, it's always it kind of throws me off. I don't know. I don't know if it's the same for you.
I mean, but it's in ETH, but it's like a one-time fee that gets you in the group, and you can always be there. Because I don't think this a subscription is going to be useful at all. Ultimately, some of these groups would go down in like less than 6 months. But yeah, if you are you in a lot of like gated chats, and do you feel there is like genuine interest, except the top ones? Because I see a lot of them here, and like this board that's charging like literally one each to get into the chat. What is gonna happen in there? I mean, bigger prices usually attract my attention, so I'm just like, okay, is it gonna be that useful, or how are they even gonna deliver that value?
Yeah, it's like it just depends on the people who is the owner of this town or whatever, right? Like
Yeah.
uh and I joined, like I subscribed to some newsletters and some research groups and stuff. But yeah, it all depends on who is being the in charge of that. But yeah, I mean, cool protocol. I think it just depends on how they are attracting new creators and uh, like the alpha they are able to generate. And if it's, I mean, like what I would like to see is maybe for this, you can clip this. There needs to be like more niche specific communities being launched and those being monetized. Like more AI communities, more artists, more like if it's all based on the same group, because time.fun and all these other guys, they're focused on trading and investing. So if you're also focusing on trading and investing, I don't know how effective it's going to be. So you need something new as part of your community as well. uh, but yeah, this is another thing as part of our things we want to cover. What is Newscoin? Uh, is this? I mean, the video is something.
It was just like I saw, and we broke down the video also before this. It was like it's a 12-second video. 8 second, I'm pretty sure is like VO because I can see the watermark. The last 4 seconds they've added just it's in the clip dot fun, and everywhere the subtitles have been generated by Weed, so it's like coming in every corner. I mean, it's very low budget in that manner, but it still attracted a lot of eyeballs. So I was excited to read about it, and they have this thing that you tokenize news, and for 2 hours it's gonna be in your hands of sorts, and after 2 hours it's gonna be community owned. So like they will decide if this news is worth it or something. And yeah, I'm excited to see how this happens because there's nothing been in the news category for a very long time. And like, how do you make news fun? I don't consume anything on news except like what comes out of Twitter. I just find it very boring otherwise. So if you're making it interesting in any way, adding a token to it, adding some gamification to it, it just makes me consume news. So it's like overall makes me a more informed human being. That's nice. Just okay. Would you post news on this, Kartike? You're
Sorry, I
on
was
mute.
on mute.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know, it's just another way of another angle for memes, and uh, I don't know if you have to clip every news, but if it's meme worthy, I think it'll attract more attention. Uh, but yeah, I mean, it's another way of news trading, I guess. But the speculation part will be very very short lived. That's like my only problem with it. But I mean, it's fun. Like it's another fun angle. Uh, On to the next. Yeah, this I felt like is finally happening. Every base token will be traded on Coinbase. Uh, I've been excited about this for a while. Uh, there's so many good base tokens that if it gets some more attention and more access to maybe liquidity and users, uh, people can easily buy it. The price will be much higher. I don't know how this will affect that, but I'm excited to see like how these tokens will be traded on Coinbase, and uh, because there are like so many good teams out there on base. You know, some of these AI protocols over the last 6 months that have been keep building, the impact they'll have by being listed on and traded on Coinbase will be good. And we covered this last week. They hired a new person for on the listings team. So uh, Nick, I believe his name was. So that can kind of help as well. Uh, but yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see, right? Like every coin being on Coinbase, and I don't even use Coinbase, uh, but because you can't in India. Uh,
No, it's changed
uh,
now.
I mean, you
Like,
can, but yeah, you can. There are ways you can use it, but I don't prefer it, or uh, because I don't think it's. Uh, I don't know. Like I've always kind of used uh, other platforms and traded on chain and Hyperliquid. Uh, but yeah, I mean, I feel like being able to list tokens is going to be so crucial. Like right now, I feel like even Hyperliquid is kind of lacking a little bit when it comes to listing more tokens. They are good at listing new projects that are trending and stuff, but there is like lack of variety of tokens being listed. Like there's so many tokens that'll take a lot of time for them to list. But yeah, I mean, if Coinbase is listing all these new tokens, like if it, like imagine this, right? There's a runner on base and it's gaining so much traction and it immediately gets listed on Coinbase. That just adds more fuel to the fire and uh, more attention. So I think that'll be interesting. Do you have any thoughts on that?
I feel this is just a very cool way to get retail into the system, because every token that you have on base, ultimately, like if it's like a runner or anything, it's way quickly available on dexes than it comes to any centralized exchange. And Coinbase, even though the massive hate it gets for its customer support and everything and the privacy, it's still the first place a lot of people from retail or like from outside crypto know how to access crypto. So now they have access to all the weird base coins, or weird or like not weird running coins, and even Zora coins that have been created. If they want to invest in the creator economy, this is a really cool way to get started. And it just like makes the UX so much better for them. They don't have to figure out what a DEX is and how to on ramp their money. Simply go about it.
Yeah. Another important announcement, like not an announcement, but something newsworthy, like worth highlighting, is Aerodrome, because it will play a big role in all these base coins being getting more distribution, and Aerodrome will be one of the protocols benefiting from that. So It's like an important thing to watch. I think over the last 24 hours, I think they have shared this cool graphic. Uh, Aerodrome making more revenue than Radium, Jupiter, Palm, Solana. What's funny here is all these are very different, right? They're not the same as Aerodrome.
Yeah.
Radium is a different thing. Pump is a launch pad. Solana is an L1. So it's kind of different, weird comparison. But yeah, the point is it's making good amount of revenue, and 100% of the protocol revenue is being redistributed to the VARO voters as incentives. Uh, so it will be interesting to see how that kind of incentive helps boost the protocol. But yeah, I'm just saying just to keep an eye out. It's like a good proxy bet for on base. I feel proxy bet on ETH as well. But yeah, just something to keep an eye out for. All right. We wanted to, make Zora our one of the weekly things to cover, and uh, I was super. This is pretty much expected. I felt
Mhm.
like uh, I knew that this drop off will happen. Uh, when if you look at the Zora chart, it dropped pretty much since last time we shot this. It dropped like good 40%. I feel like it ran up 10x, so it's understandable. But with the same thing, even the total revenue on July 28th was 345,000, and now it is 30,000. Right? That's like a 90% drop off. Uh, Same thing with fees. They made like 728,000 on uh, July 27th, and now it's at $65,000 on August 5th. And that is something like it happens, right? Like for almost every these crazy trends and coins take off and it goes viral. It has this blow off top and then it pretty much dies off and it does nothing for a while, then again shoots up. This is like a trend similar to that. Uh, what is interesting is the new creator coins launched is pretty consistent, I would say,
Yeah.
right? It hasn't been that big of a decline. There are still 8,800 coins being created compared to the peak at 14,000. Uh, and unique addresses uh, is also, I mean, it's the same thing. Uh,
No, that's
Coins,
like
I think,
daily. I think that's daily posting accounts who are like active on the app, and they've been able to retain some activity on the app. So that's good. I feel like overall, if you're able to retain people on your app, that's unreal in most crypto apps. Because personally, I just test out a lot of things, but I never go back to most of them. So even if you tell me like things have been improved, like I've had people telling me, oh, things got improved on that app. I just never want to go back. So if you're able to retain, that's a huge win. That happening, and in fact, there's another. This is another graphic also I shared earlier. I think you would have it. How Zora is now the second most, like second launchpad in numbers in terms of how many coins are being launched on it. So I think that's cool. Um, you grew from literally not being known for a while to just tanking everything else. So
yeah, this is
yeah,
not
yeah, this one too.
this.
Not this one, the other
Yeah,
one. But this
so,
is also a very cool graphic. It shows that
yeah,
the coining thing has made the activity on Coinbase wallet go
yeah,
7x. And now the app is not open to everyone also. There's like a million people on the base app wait list. The base blockchain went down for like 33 minutes recently. So it cannot be like complete thing because the blockchain has not been working. There's a wait list for 1 million people right now. And still there are like that many people who love the app. Okay, but a little bit of thing which could be changing this metric is they have only opened up the app to people who are like early access or something. So that would be already people who are very much into the base ecosystem. It's not like basic
yeah.
users.
This. This tweet by Mert was funny.
Yeah.
uh, Bay stopped producing blogs, and he quote tweets it saying, "Crazy, the lens base will go to copy Solana." uh, I thought that was pretty funny.
On
Anyway,
some
so
days, on some days I'm not sure if Mert is pro Solana or not, but he's a funny man for sure. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. This is another cool stat.
Yeah,
This is
this is
on
the one I was
August
talking
1st.
about. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's I think it's much higher than 700K right now. I guess so.
Yeah.
Uh, it's pretty incredible, right? Like there's so many
Yeah.
people waiting for the base app waitlist, and uh, base pay, and all of this cool stuff that's happening. Can't wait for it to be more public again. Public. Uh, Another, I think, integration for the base app and base in general is the privy announcement that was made last week on August 1st. What do you think this like means from a UX standpoint? What does sub accounts even mean?
So whenever you sign up on Base app, you get an account. That's your sub account, and Privy has this thing called embedded wallets. Uh, Basically, simple, what this announcement means is ultimately people who are going to be using the app. Earlier when you started off, everything you did in the app, you will have to have use your like face ID multiple times. It's like scanning. It's just like a headache. Why does every transaction need me to sign with my face ID? This is just making it easier and making it go. Signing transactions, you don't have to sign that many transactions, the entire thing, because signing will again take up some time, even if you reduce that whole concept to just like saying okay on the app. But they just reduce the number of transactions that you have to sign, and I feel that is so much better in making things come closer to web 2 UX, because every time I tweet on, like, say, Twitter, I don't have to say okay, tweet it. uh, Personally also, I've seen like a friend who says that, who uses Twitter on Android, and he said that Twitter has this thing, you have to wait for a couple of seconds before the post goes, and that is the worst thing to happen to Twitter
Yeah,
on Android. So they're like that is really bad. And now that, in terms of like, if you translate it to Web3, it's similar to what signing transactions does. Why does it take so long to get through to the next step? And removing that would be so nice, so much nicer. Yeah. So I'm pretty bullish on this one. And personally also, I think Hey XYZ did this when they had this option to just switch off transactions. Like every micro transaction that you do does not have to be signed, and that makes the experience of using it a little bit better. So yeah, optimistic on this one.
yeah, 100%. Like, I think we are at a, like an inflection point for UX right now. I think uh, lot of developments been happening on the intent side, bridgings. Maybe Rachit will talk about bridges more, but uh, but yeah, I think having Privy embedded directly natively will help UX a lot. And uh, but yeah, so many cool stuff. It might seem like a quiet week, but things are still popping off on base, and we have some really exciting builder interviews lined up. Excited for you guys to check them out. Uh, you want to, I don't know, give a short uh, glimpse, Jessica, on who we are having on?
Okay, so we have digits. There's Priyanshu who's going to be talking about it. It's like Matix on chain, if you know what this math app which has been popping everywhere. I think there is this thing. I think they got a fundraise because it's backed by an academy people, and they did this huge party, and everyone got attention to that. And so now everyone knows Matix, and this was a perfect time to build digits, because everyone knows about this cool math app going around, and but the crypto people won't know it. So you need a crypto version instantly, and now we have digits coming along. There's Kunal from Hey Elsa who's gonna be speaking with us, and there's one more. So we'll talk about that. It's like personal favorite. It's called Suit, and it's a data analytics platform for on-chain things. I think the closest competitor I've seen to it is Safari, and it has more features than Safari. So I'm more optimistic, and it's like I'm assuming a little bit cheaper than Safari. So let's see on how that functions. Yeah.
Awesome. Super excited for them. Excited for you guys to see them as well. We had a lot of fun talking with these builders this week. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Yeah. See you next week. Peace. Hey guys, we're back with another builder segment. We have Kunal with us from Elsa. How are you, Kunal? Welcome to the show.
Hey, hey, hey. So good to be here. Always been a fan of your podcast, and it always pops up in my timeline. Always wanted to touch grass with fellows like you, uh, and always been a wormhole kind of guy. Got a really good airdrop. So I think I owe one to the podcast here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yay.
we're touching base today. Usually we touch grass. We're
Awesome.
touching base in this episode. All right, why don't we start with give a quick intro about yourself and what is Hey Elsa in one sentence.
Yeah. So, by the way, I'm Kunal. I lead marketing at Hey Elsa. Hey Elsa is a crypto agent. We call it your crypto agent, which uses like natural language interface where users can come and get their on-chain action done by simply speaking to Elsa or writing to Elsa. And one good thing that I would like to really highlight here is most of our users speak to Elsa or write to Elsa in their native tongue. So we actually remove tons of barriers for anyone to enter DeFi and do multiple things. We are pretty much base aligned. We have been like uh, building it for last 1 year or so. Recently raised around, and now we are adding, improving, and doing tons of things on Elsa. If you haven't tried it, just go to Elsa. Try to bridge from any chain to base. You can simply do a prompt saying, "Hey Elsa, can you bridge some USDC from Arbitrum to base," and Elsa will take care of the rest. And yeah, so this is overall what Elsa is. We definitely fall into the DeFi AI category, and we've been building it for very very long. So it's free to, it's live. You can use it right away. There is no subscription fees. You can just go and start using it. So yeah, that is what Elsa is.
Perfect. Kunal, I had a question around these trading tools as well. Like from what I've heard, specifically from whale traders or high frequency traders, they don't prefer using trading tools like this. I know this could be wrong as compared to like Elsa could have a different audience, but have you seen such traders come to Elsa, or like what is your demographic of audience look like mostly?
So, I mean, there are two types of ICPs we are focusing on. One is someone who just got into crypto, not really decided what to do with it, and they have like tons of questions, but they have no place to go and ask all these questions. So on Elsa, they can come and ask whatever question that they have around crypto, and at whatever point they get comfortable, they can do their first transaction. Hence, we also enable on ramping with Coinbase. So once they take that decision, that on ramping happens at least for a certain set of users from certain set of countries, and then you can do whatever DeFi stuff that you want to do. This is one set of audience. Second set of audience is like you mentioned, high frequency traders. You'll be surprised to know that tons of our user come to Elsa because they find the bridging uh, function pretty smooth. Because otherwise, if they go to any other provider, it is very hard for them to really decide on, oh, if I want to jump from this chain to this chain. Even in the EVM ecosystem, it becomes very hard for them to choose the URL, go to right one, and do like whatever transaction that you want to do. Here, they can simply do the prompt, and they're done. So that is one. Now I agree, I mean, certain traders would never like to use something like this, where they just want to go to a dex like interface, put what they want to do and get done with it. But surprisingly, uh, there is subset to it which is around perps, which is getting way more interested in something like Elsa, because Uh, Two important factors here. Elsa has processed around 20 million queries till now. So 20 million prompts have gone through our system. We are probably the only one who has done such a volume on the prompt side. So we understand what most of the people want to have with crypto. That is one. Second, we enable live search, live web search, meaning that if you want to know what is happening with ETF, will give you live news and give you sentiment around that. So if someone wants to do perp, go long or short on any of these blue chip assets, they want to have all the information under one chat screen. Hey Elsa provides that functionality in the same chat window, where if you want to take a decision on something, you have everything here. Of course, we haven't made perp live yet, but that is one interesting area. Whoever we discussed with is pretty much uh, uh, could be an outlier, because traders who want to do all these sort of trades want to have all the signals at one place, and and get as many signals as possible, and then decide on it. And just imagine, in chat you sort of ask bunch of question around what is the sentiment on crypto Twitter, what is happening in the ETF world, and combining all these signals, you get at least some hint or some alpha out of it, and then you do the trade. So I think in that context, we are seeing tremendous interest from users, that okay, fine, this sort of chat interface would be really helpful for us.
Yeah. You mentioned that like there are like 20 million prompts recorded till now. What are some of the common things people are asking the agent right now? Is it just what's the sentiment like? Can you send some money from this address to this address? What's like the common things people are doing right now?
So bridge, I think there is so much confusion about bridging. Even like trained or like even tested users who have been in the space for some time find it very hard to understand how do you really do it well. So that most of our queries are around that. Second is of course like some very specific trading terms like impermanent loss. Okay, what it is, everyone knows the term once they lose the money, but then they want to understand what is the meaning behind it. So those, I think that is other one. And then I think what we have done also from GTM perspective is we see that tons of tutorials to our users, meaning that what is base, right? And I want to understand everything and anything about base before I do my first transaction. So we give like, so people ask tons of question around that. What is base? What is L2? What does gas mean here? Does ETH on Ethereum is different from ETH on base? Or I mean, there are like tons of question here. And as we are speaking, our team is actually working on doing our own. So as of now we use like multiple LLMs, but eventually goal is having our own LLM, and the road to that goes through getting insight out of these many data sets. So we are actually demystifying that as well. But as of now, at the surface level, most of queries are around these technical terms. And of course, like tons of users daily for their specific use cases, like I want to move money from this to this chain, or I want to swap my stables from ETH to whatever USDC. So most of queries are around that.
Awesome. Like another thought I had, just we've been seeing AI agents kind of taking new forms and shapes over the last couple of months since this big boom we saw last year, Q4. One thing, as this is from a trader's perspective, I thought was super useful is if an agent can look at all my trades and see kind of my behavior and give me analysis on what I'm doing right, what I'm doing wrong. That'd be super helpful for every trader, in my opinion. Uh, how that data will be fetched or trained, I don't know. But how are you guys thinking about more personalizing these agents for each user? And because the next unlock for agents is going to be the memory layer, right? Like, how are you guys thinking about it of more personalization?
Oh, that is a great question, and we've been thinking about it for very long at Elsa as well. Hence, we recently made chat history live, meaning that what used to happen on Elsa initially is that you come to the platform, you do like one session, and in the chat window, if you log out, that session goes out. Similarly, I think the way you see chat history on chat gpt, now we do something very similar, where all history is there and you can always refer to what you did previously. As of now, what we are focusing on is, if you ask like certain question around, oh, how much gas has spent till now, Elsa will be able to answer that, because we do at least for that wallet address. Now we are moving in a direction, and as rightly said, it's a huge unlock, because based on my trades, my risk appetite, if I can recommend something to users, nothing like it. The start history is like one step in that direction, but eventually, based on wallets balance, bets on uh, I mean, based on like what is the history of that wallet, what all chain they did transactions on, will be able to do a right analysis and recommend what they need to do. The other part of it is, which is still for, which is very broader use case as of now, but can be personalized eventually, is the portfolio management. For an example, I have $100 and I ask Elsa to build a portfolio for me on the base chain using $100, and we recommend that, okay, these are the 4 or 5 tokens that you should ape into. Now moving ahead, will be giving like bit more sentiment around that, based on what is your risk appetite, and that becomes like a one more personalized
Yeah,
layer. If someone wants to go like very aggressive, we sort of recommend those sort of tokens. If someone wants to be moderate, we recommend those sort of
yeah.
tokens. So what is happening is, we are as of now building all the rails that are required for personalization, but I'm very confident that will be there eventually.
Awesome. I had like before I hand it off to Yashika, like what is your experience building on base? I know that you're
Yeah.
like every time I see you on my timeline, you're probably among the few people who speak so passionately about base. Maybe besides Jesse, uh, I've seen that you one by one onboard people, which is so awesome. Like just talk to me about your experience on base, Elsa being on base, and in general, what's it like being part of this base ecosystem?
So ever since Base came into existence, I've been a user of it from day one. Eventually, I think what happened is, I lost too much money on Solana, and so I'm just kidding. So, but yeah, I mean, see, it's a different. I think I'm someone who likes focus on builders.
We all have.
We all have, and I found that Base has been very vocal about solo developers doing something, challenging the status quo, instead of whatever the conventional notion is. It tried to go against that, and Solana also is very similar in that sense. But then I think the things that shape you is who around you are using that specific thing. So most of my trader friends or whoever I talk to on daily basis, they always got active on Base, always try to do tons of things. And then what happened is, I got very active on Farcaster, and that became like very much aligned with what Base is. And I saw like tons of builders building mini apps, doing like, back then though they were called frames, but then tons of builders doing that, and I saw that arc. And that is how Farcaster Builders India happened as well. So we were just discussing, we were very like bunch of 3 4 people were there, including Somya, KP, and bunch of others. And we were, so there was Farcon happening back then. That was
Yeah.
first Farcon under Farcaster. So, and we thought, oh, why not we do it in India? But then we realized that there are not many builders who are doing anything on Farcaster. They don't even know what Farcaster is. And then Soma had this idea, okay, fine, what if you build a community around this and let people on board it? And I've been like part of FBI since then, like from day zero. And that also made me very bullish about the whole base ecosystem. Third important thing, I'm India maxi. All my life I always supported Indian builders. I always thought that there is huge potential here, but they could not really get the right ecosystem support, could not get the right guidance, or could not really uh, think in a way others would think of building in crypto. and Base solved that from day one. That if you are someone from like countries like India, we'll provide you all the support. We'll make sure that you build right. And I've seen so many success stories in last 2 3 years where builders from India have really cracked it, and that actually made me more bullish. That and then it's very selfless goal. Of course, no did is selfless, but then in my case, the way I look at it is, what if you get like tons of builders to build on Base, and by just doing that, their life changes. And I've seen tons of builders doing exactly that. They came onto Base, built something, and their life changed. Even in my case, I mentioned Farcaster, right? um, so I got very active on Farcaster, and then Degen was when they had just started with channels, which were like very similar to subreddit, and I got very active on Degen. And I was just having fun, right? I was not even expecting any monetary benefit out of it. And then because the way Farcaster is built, it's a social composability layer where all the crypto Legos are there. Degen did an airdrop, and that was like my life's biggest airdrop ever, and that changed so many things for me in that year. And I just thought of possibility of what if tons of people come here, even if they are just creator like me, like dimwits who don't understand building, but at least yeah. And what if you these Legos exist, you don't even need to have like huge audience behind you to get these benefits. And I think that made me more bullish. I mean, again, it's incentive aligned as well. I mean, I won't shy away from saying that I made money, hence I'm bullish. But at the same time, there is purpose behind it, which I gradually started recognizing, and that made me wonder, what if if there is one Kunal, can you create 100 others who can come on board and make their first dollar here? There is a huge possibility.
Amazing. Actually, I also saw your tweets, and I think that was one of the pieces that went like attracted a lot of attention, where you spoke about how you started making money on Farcaster, and the whole concept of earn your first dollar on chain, don't buy it, was there. And I think you had posted about how to make 25K around something, and then can you just detail a little bit on that, and just like also connected to how the base app is functioning, because I'm assuming like Farcaster is built into the base app now. So, how do you see the base app also moving in that direction? Do you think such mini apps or such opportunities can be replicated with the base app, or is there something new that might be coming?
Awesome. So I'll just break down like into three parts. One is like earning your first crypto, not like buying it, and second
Hmm.
part is Orchestra, and third base. So I think earning your first crypto, not buying it, came from Super Team a lot. I think Akshay BD has talked about it a lot. You can just dig in his tweets, and he always talked about, oh, if you're getting into crypto from country like India or any other country like India, you should not be thinking of, oh, I become a trader and take a moonshot and become millionaire overnight. That's not possible. The best way for you to leverage this tech, leverage this industry, is through earning your first crypto by doing stuff here, by participating, by contributing. And that is very much possible. Super Team showed that way, that if you are passionate enough, if you have some skills, you contribute, and then you earn your crypto. And this particular sort of concept can be extrapolated to social fi stuff that is happening right now. I always been big fan of consumer crypto because that is a legit way to onboard people without really showing them the ugly side of crypto, which is a wild west. If you onboard someone and ask them to go
100%.
to Dextrader and start like crouching for tons of alpha, they would go mad. So better way to do it is, oh, this is how actually crypto works. You don't even need to understand that what are the underlying techs there, but what you need to understand is the instant liquidity, hyper financialization, and everything else that it has to offer. And then Farcaster became like a thing, right? All the people, it's become decentralized. Social media started as a thing where there is a status quo where biggies are manipulating the social media landscape. Your data is not yours, your content is not yours, your identity is not yours? What if there is decentralized social media where everything you
Yeah.
produce is owned by you? So Farcaster started this. I literally begged Dan to like give me an invite to the Farcaster. I had to
Plus
like,
one.
you can relate, right? Every day
Yeah.
send a DM to Dan, and one day he said, "Dude, I mean, have it." And then I went there, and it was fun, right? It was very
Yeah.
different from the toxicity of crypto Twitter. It was
Hmm.
a good a good landscape where people were actually having discussion. Half of it went over my head because I'm not a techie. But then eventually started liking it. And then what happened is there were tons of happening there. Like frames happened, then channels happened, and then whole degen thing happened, which became like a big thing. And I even before degen there was something called points, and that was the first real money I saw on Farcaster. So what happened is someone created this called points, and you would like on the it's a ICO style of a thing. On day one you would mint certain amount of token by giving certain amount of ETH. So one of my friends and I just minted those, and when it was all minted out, whatever $100 we put in, it became like $1,000, and then it went to like 3,000. And we said, dude, what the hell is happening here? All the people are aping in. And then we understood that it's not about the token deployment. There was still taboo around deploying a token. It was around how a social pi product can enable token deployment on the very social graph that exists. As of now, I mean, even before that, social graphs were not there, right? It was all about there are wallet addresses, and I would follow your wallet to understand what you're doing if I have access to your wallet address in a way. But here, you're seeing a face, you have some vague idea what this person does, and now that person is actually aping into some coin. So I want to follow that. I want to follow that behavior, and that is what Farcaster enabled. And these experiments were very wild. I mean, if you I mean, it will take like whole night for me to like go through one by one. But what I would say is that there were tons of experiment happening every day, builders coming in, they were not really, they were not extractive. What happens in most of the cases, things become very extractive. Here things were not extractive. If something goes haywire, those builder would come in your DM and tell you that, oh dude, I saw that you're on this channel, I'm so sorry, this experiment went wrong. If you want, I can do a refund. And your honest reaction to that would be, dude, you are the first person in crypto is coming to me and saying sorry. So whatever you do next, just double my contribution to that.
Yeah.
So those things happened, and then it moved from a small experiment to bigger things where community started forming on the channels. The base community came into picture. Zora started there. Zora is a faster phenomena where Zora and through frames people could mint those NFTs. And then I started experimenting with that as well. That I would create some shitty design, but a thought behind it around what I really want to convey. Do a gasless mint where people like first 1,000 people could just mint that NFT in the Farcaster interface itself. So that went very crazy. These two channels became my go-to channel, Base and Zora. And then
Yeah.
I also started creating my own channels, and then that like sort of, that unfolded in right direction. So of course I given like a very long monologue. If you have any question in between, then I will go to step 2 and 3.
No, I just want to
No,
know
no, no,
how it
it's all
connects
good.
to. Yeah. And like my follow-up question is again, do you feel all of this is gonna repeat, or what direction do you feel the base app is gonna take now?
So what happened after that meta is token taboo went away. Token deployment started happening like every day. Like then Clanker came into being, Banker came into being. There were tons of tipping meta. Like you could tip tokens on certain posts. You could do that, and that evolved into everyday token deployment. So the chances of happening it again, it is already happening. I will give an example of that. Noise is a tipping sort of mini app where you could tip whatever USDC, whatever token you want to tip to people, you can tip that. and that token did really well in last 2 months. Since it like inception, it's only going up. So it is already happening. All you need to do is keep an eye at who all are building, and that is what I actually tweeted about as well. That the best alpha hunting right now is go to Farcaster, go to the base app, and see who all are building what. And if you find conviction in those builders, just ape into whatever they build.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, 100%.
So it's already happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, even I kind of follow the same strategy. Like, there's not much that much thinking going on. But I know that base coins are much greener, much cleaner than Solana. But definitely agree with you there. We're on time, so one final question to wrap our session segment up is: what's coming up next for Elsa? Anything that people should look out for?
uh so we are doing perps. We are doing like bunch more things around that. We are trying to make sure that whatever complicated DeFi stuff is there, how we can simplify it to an extent. So you will see like bunch of really good use cases coming up on Elsa around simplifying DeFi flows or DeFi complications. So yeah, keep an eye on that.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Kunal. I mean, you seeing you talk about bass so passionately is awesome. We probably should have you on sometime soon again, just to
We
talk
did not
about
talk about
bass
the
and
base app.
Yeah, we need
just
one more
once.
segment for that.
No,
Awesome. This has been fun.
awesome.
Thank you so much. Looking forward to what you guys do next.
Same here. Thank you so much.
GM everyone. Today we have with us Priyanshu from Play Digits, and we're gonna ask and also ask him to demo the app. So let's begin and tell us what Digit is in one line, and what made you build a 60-second math challenge app. Why do you love math so much?
I actually don't love math. The reason I built it, so
Yeah.
Abhi recently I met a friend and he asked me to do some calculations. Like we were playing darts, I was not able to do it. So he's like, "You're founder of digits and you're not able to do basic calculation." I'm like, "That's why I built it." See, I've been consuming all the brain rot content, and I don't want my brain to function like that. I want it to be fast, and that's why I built it because a hyper casual, fun game which is helping me, like, make my brain more active. Why not? So yeah, I don't love maths. Of course, always got very less marks in exams, uh, and that's the reason I'm building it. No, I do love maths. I really enjoy reading about it, doing maths, and everything. Yeah. Your question: what is
Awesome.
digits in one line? Uh, Digits in one line is like, so we were thinking like, how should we do it? And we were like, what if like in Delhi you tell someone that will see you outside, like who I am and all. So in CT, if you have a beef, you can invite someone to play digits with me 101, and let's see who is it. So like CT beef solved of digits. So yeah,
Awesome. Why don't you kind of share your screen and show us that app, how
sure, sure,
everything
sure.
works. I
One
mean, why
second,
not we have like a match here?
one second. Let me share my screen.
Were you good
Uh,
at math, Yashika?
Yeah, I always loved maths. So I'm one of those people who is also playing Matix and everything. Like Matix is the Web 2 version of it. And
yes,
like ultimately, I want to understand if that is something that you drew inspiration from, or is it like
it is. It is.
your
Matex
thing?
people. Yeah,
Yeah.
Matix people are like good friends. They all
Okay.
recently hosted a party in Bangalore, and I was also invited. I showed them the MVP of digits, and they're like, "Okay, nice game." And let me check actually. Sudhanshu is one of the co-founder. He should be on the leaderboard.
Okay.
See, he's on the top. He's a founder of Matix. He's been playing our game.
Oh,
So yeah. So like yeah, this is digits. Uh, Daksh is my co-founder. He built this. He handles all the tech part. I handle all the non-tech part, marketing, design, content. Whatever goes in the non-tech part, I handle it. Whatever goes in a tech part, he handles it. So this is the home screen. You have your total score here, how much you have scored so far, and this is your streaks. Now, of course, I missed one day and it's showing one, but if you just stay active, it will show you the right page. This is total digits, how much digits you own and how much digits you have earned through the app. We have two options. First is the play solo, and second is connect online. Now, if you play solo, you will play against bot. If you connect online, you will just randomly match with someone, and you'll have to play against them. And if you connect like online, the first one to answer the question first, he takes the point. This is let me click actually. Yeah, this is the leaderboard. We have 10 people who have scored good number of who have scored good points. They are on the leaderboard. Now we weekly do a airdrop to all our winners, and I mean, who is on the top
Nice.
takes major chunk of the pool, and then the second, and third, and fourth. So I mean, try to compete for the leaderboard, and if you're on the leaderboard, you'll see yourself here. That what's your rank and all. This is the profile section. One second. Mm, yeah, this is the profile section. You have your NFT. Now this NFT is very dynamic. Like uh, the number of digits you own, you can see your FID, how much your points, everything, and like basic TLDR of your game. So we built it out because it was kind of hard for us to figure out if someone is facing some bug and all. So the intention to make it was like they can just take a screenshot, they can just send it to us, and we can fix it for them if there is any bug and all. Now every
Awesome.
color you'll see. We wanted to make maths fun, and that's why we wanted to have like very colorful, no black and white shit, no dark theme and all. We wanted to have a light theme plus real bright colors, so we make it more interesting, how children playbooks are. So something similar on that. If you see,
Yeah.
like, it's really bright pop, we have used those colors. Now every color have some value. Red color is the lowest, then blue and green and yellow and pink. So it's like every color. So if you score more, the color of the NFT will change. Let me go on the
All
Damn.
right.
main home screen.
Let's fire up a game then.
Yeah, one second. Let me actually open the home screen.
I'm supposed to be good at math. I always scored good
Yeah,
marks in college every
you
time.
are gonna answer
Uh,
all the question. I'm playing. I'm gonna play solo. Well, game will start in like 5 seconds.
okay.
63 by
Nine,
7.
nine, nine, nine.
9,
8 by 8 into
170,
22.
198.
176.
198 9 hai.
Nine, nine. Oh shit. Oh shit. No,
176.
176. Yeah. 33.
33.
See, so we have a timer here, and you have to
Yeah.
answer
Yeah.
as much question you have in like 1 minute. Oh, sorry, 30 seconds, 60
26.
seconds. Yeah.
28.
Sorry,
28.
36.
Sorry. 26. 26. Yeah.
The good part about this is that even if you like answer incorrectly, it will just
Yeah.
wait for you. It will be
Yeah.
like,
It
correct
will
your
wait for
answer.
you. Yeah, correct your answer. We won't let you move otherwise. But we got some feedback like you should improve it. You should have an option that it's incorrect. Like sometimes, apparently, if you're playing alone and
Yeah.
you just get very confident with your answer and you like get stuck. You know, I have answered it right. Okay, now this is your scorecard. You can
Yeah.
either try again, or either you can mint and share your scorecard. Let's suppose if I scored 100 in just like
Hmm.
60 seconds, that's like way too much. I can just mint as an FT if you want. And either you can just share your score that, hey, I scored this much, and it
Nice.
makes a frame and you can play it. If you compete with someone and if you win, so it will make a different frame. It will have you as a winner, another person as a loser, and you can share it tagging that, hey, I bet this person and I scored this much. This is like the basic
That's,
V1 of
yeah.
that. Yeah. And we are already
That's
working
super
on
fun,
V2. Yeah.
Uh, like the first question I had, like after obviously like super cool UI, it's fun experience.
Yeah.
Like who is currently playing this? Like this feels like you know someone in their school days targeted for them. Do you
Yeah.
think like anyone who is currently actively playing it? Are you like targeting the lower, young kids, or is it for like everyone, and we're gonna roll out different kind
Right.
of math
So
problems for all
we
levels?
wanted it to yeah we wanted it to be like a Farcaster native mini app. It's on base app as well since it's built on top of Farcaster. We're not planning it to take it out of base app or Farcasters anytime soon. So the current target audience is all the degens who are tired of just losing their trades and they just want to play something hyper casual, fun, which can also help them improve their dopamine. Uh, Not in a way like you're just consuming brain rot content and you're not able to focus and also it's like a unsaid thing. It's like research based that if you just do something productive, especially math, it makes you more smart, more no, like you can do basic calculation just one click.
Yeah.
So target audience like farcaster native users, base users. Currently, we have almost like 2,500 users. Actively, we have
Impressive.
almost 200 users actively daily playing. On the launch day only, we crossed 1,600 in just like 24 hours. 1,600 new users. By 1 week, we had like 2,000 users. Right now, we have around almost like 2,500 uh, users, and actively like 200, 300 people plays daily. And we want so like we made the game, we made the app, we shared with few friends, and we're not sure like how we can have a marketing tool here, plus how we can make people come back because the audience will be like very niched who is interested in maths and all, and otherwise like people will just skip it. So I had a chat with a few friends, and someone recommended that we should launch a token because that will make people come back and play it again and again. So thinking like a P2E game that you play to earn, and that's what the point, the idea of digits token came up. And we're like, okay, I mean, like we never did token anyways. We want to learn that how things work, and people were like really supportive to connect us with Clanker and all, Jack Dishman and all. And we're like, okay, sure, let's do it. And Heath, Streechen, Noise team have been like really helpful since day one. They are the one who connected with all the OG people, and they were like, hey, bro, launch it ASAP. Don't delay it. And Heath was at the ATH, and he's like, bro, if you launch it today, you'll see a massive traction. Don't delay it. So in like, I was up till 36 hours constantly. Uh, for 36 hours just to make sure that we ship it out. Initially, we had a very bad UI, like everything was wipe coded, something like that. And then I opened Figma, redesigned the UI, got new illustrations and all. Um, Daksh built it everything from scratch. We dissolved like whatever we had built earlier, and then we figured how we are planning to launch. We got a video done, uh, and we launched it. So we were supposed to launch at 10 p.m. IST, and the launch happened. Let me check. 2:33 a.m. IST. So launch was getting delayed. But like we all were like, okay, let's do it today somehow, even if it takes like 3 a.m. in the morning. And we were not like really sure how much traction we'll get, but the token did well. I would say like the token ATH was like 3,000 market, 300K market cap, and right now it's below 100K. But yeah, I mean like that we were expecting okay that can happen, and uh, we're planning to build it for some time. Let's see how things goes. We got a lot of feedback. I mean, like Jesse texted that he has been playing. He scored 21 highest. Had a chat with a lot of people from Base, Linda from Farcaster. So all those OGs people started reaching out, texting me that yo, love the mini app. This is so fun. Really enjoying it. And yeah, like token was like a gameplay here that whatever score you're making, let's suppose if you're playing slow solo, you get 500 digits if you just play. If you're playing against someone online, if you win, you get 5,000 digits. If you lose, you get 1,000 digits. So even if you're losing, you get 1,000 digits. And if you're on the weekly leaderboard, we will airdrop almost 1 million digits to everyone. And that's get shared unequally. Of course, like who's in the top, he takes the major chunk of pool, and then later on. Then we are also planning to do airdrop. Airdrop will be done very soon. We have everything, tokenomics, everything published on website. So yeah, I mean that's
Yeah.
how things started.
That's so cool. Like you mentioned, like doing something more productive instead of creating meme coins and stuff.
Right.
That like I saw some tweet recently, someone saying one of the most like best ways to spend your time during this, I mean, crypto winter or whatever, is improving your attention span.
Right.
Because that's in the gutter and that's like it's gonna be super important. And I don't know how I know that I don't know the many apps that cater to that particular problem. helping improve your
Hmm.
attention span. Maybe you
Hmm.
guys can kind of explore that angle more and add.
Yeah, I mean,
Is that something you're thinking about it right now? Like,
just to give some like basic backstory here, Daksh and I've been talking for a very long time, and we were like, let's build out something together. And we have been planning since last year in November, before IBW and all happened. That's let's build out something. I designed like two, three products. Nothing got shipped. One random day he came to my place and we were just chatting that we let's do something. And then I texted him one day, midnight, that bro, base app is the new thing. I got the access, been loving it. Let's build something on top of it. And yeah, that's how the idea started. And we just wanted that okay, what's like the one of the basic thing we can just get done in like 1 week. And of course, the idea was inspired from Matex. No lie here. And we are like, what if we build it on chain? Matex on chain as a mini app, very simple. No, like no filter at all. Like you can customize the games and all. Just you just have to do basic maths, calculation, multiplication, division, and all. And he was like, okay, yeah, sure, let's do it. So it was started as a side project. We were not thinking where it will go. See, we built it for fun on weekends, and then we shared with people, and then people started adding their narrative that how it could be helpful for them, that how they are able to make money just by playing games, how they are able to improve their focus just by playing games, how they can. Someone just posted something. I think I also reposted on the profile that this Digits by Daksh is a motherfucking game changer for retards. They can actually improve their brain function just by using the mini app. I'm taking screenshot of my score to fucking embarrass everyone that will flex their score on timeline. Game on, motherfuckers. So someone posted this. I like, okay. So I mean, how we want to position ourselves as like uh, things have been really competitive in general for sports. Even the video narrative was the same thing. Think it like poker, like uh, people play poker and they have like a status and all. Chess, poker, skill based, these kind of game. Let's suppose uh, uh, KBC or something like that. So no, skill based games where you can also make money, where you can also improve your uh, maybe mental health or skill. So yeah, I mean that's how the idea came, and then so first idea came, then the narrative came, and then we're like, okay, let's build on top of it.
yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
So what's next? Like what do you
What's
plan to
next?
integrate in it? Like I have a couple of
Yeah.
ideas. Like you're
Yeah.
mentioning it's
Please.
for improving brain function. So there's this app I used to use a lot. It's called
Yeah.
Elevate, and then there are a couple of other apps. Basically, you
Right.
have to do like these attention based
Basic model.
games.
Right.
Yeah, so there's like it is a game like a mini app in it called Ebb and Flow. So you have to make sure you click all the leaves which are going in a certain direction or
Right.
something like that. And just like very small things. And I think you can actually, I mean, the name is digits, but are you thinking on that direction or just like making the challenges bigger, having bigger numbers in it?
Uh, so for me, like the next 6 months goal was that I want to go all in content.
Okay.
That I started since last month. And second was like I want to work on all the random side project ideas I get. And that is what one of them. I built out an MCP automation tool for me to manage my workflows and tasks. That was the first project, and this is the second one. So of course, more projects are on the line, but digits is something if it's working out. So the idea was like if something works out, if something gets clicked, we'll double down on it. So yeah, digits is going good, and we got like really good traction. I mean, like all the OGs reached out. That's like more than enough for us. That they all feel like this is a good app. The idea got validated, and so many people are coming and playing regularly. Also, like we are doing a campaign with Base where we have like some creators and all. They are like non-tech people, Instagram influencers and all, and they somehow discovered digits and they shared the screenshot in a group. I'm like, okay, if they can figure it out, if they are liking it, then maybe I should double it down. Maybe we should build it. What's next? So Daksh is already working on some new features. We already got a lot of feedbacks to improve. I know like the game gets stuck sometimes, it freezes and all. So we are trying to optimize on that. Plus, now second few options are coming is like staken. So first is like when you're playing against someone, you can create a room like Ludo or like Among Us and all. You get like a secret code that you can share with your friend. So you only get matched to that person. So let's suppose if Yashika and I have some beef, like I roasted her on Twitter and she's like, bro, do you think you're more smart than me? Let's compete on digits. Let's see who is more smarter, something like that. She can just challenge me publicly, right? And she can just DM me the code. I can just join the room. That'll be like just us, and we can play, not a random match. And there we can have a stake option. So let's suppose Yashika and I both are playing. We both put in like 10,000 digits, and whoever wins takes like 15,000 or 18,000 digits. So you are also staking your money and you are winning against it. So if you're smart, you're making more money. So it's complete game over. Again, new option could be like you can bet against someone. Let's suppose KG feels like Yashika is more smarter than me, so he can put some money on you, and people can put more money on that. So it's like they're betting on you that hey, I feel like Yashika is more talented. Yashika have like really nice score, and if she wins, I double my money, or maybe I take the better pool, better bag. So that is there. In leaderboard, we have like your rank, so that is already implemented. Then when you share the score, you'll have like some more new designs. And when you're playing, if you make a wrong choice, you'll have like two, three options. Like if you can just customize from setting. If you want to just wait for the right answer, or maybe just want to go ahead with the wrong answer. In the end, it will show like how many wrongs and many right. We'll add like custom option if you just want to improve your addition game. So you'll have like option just to play add games. So maybe you want to just improve your multiplication. So you can just join that and play your few more ideas we're working on. So yeah, this week we are launching a few with like V2. So you'll see that. Yeah.
Awesome. That's super, Priyanshu. And I mean, like I personally would like to like add more of this to my everyday kind of thing.
Right.
I like stepping away from Twitter, stop being chronically online, and
Yeah.
engaging with more of these apps is probably a better use of
Right.
my time.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks so much for coming on today. I probably will start playing more digits as well.
Please do.
Uh,
Please do. Also, like if you make a high score and if you're sharing it as a cast on farcaster base app, I'm airdropping through noise a lot of digits. I have set like $100 of digit to airdrop every day. And in just like a few hours, whenever I open a base, I will just start tipping all the people. And it gets exhausting like a few hours, even before 24 hours.
nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. Again, thanks so much for coming today. Excited to
Thank you so
see,
much for inviting.
excited to see the V2. See you again, guys. In this weekly episode of our Touch Base reporting, we've got founder of Suit, Ngan, on the show.
Yeah, nice to meet you guys. So excited to be here.
Awesome. Why don't we get started with, in one sentence, tell us what is Suit, what do you guys do, and we can start.
Okay, okay. So yeah, the best pronunciation is sweet. It's like a dessert, sweet. Yeah. And yeah, for our one-liner is that Sweet is an AI-powered engine that can help like Web3 projects to like get to know their user by their user on-chain personas.
Awesome. Why don't you guys let's take a step back and understand how you get started building Suit, and like what was your aha moment to get started and building a base, and yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so Sweet first started at like a hackathon project back in 2024, and by that time there was no AI like agent in the market. So our project was just pretty much simple that we will aggregate user on-chain data and like construct their like user persona. For example, if I know KG is when you connect your wallet into our website, then I can see that oh, this guy have like many NFTs, and his doesn't have that much of DeFi activity, so he must be like an NFT artist or NFT enthusiast. And like when I look at Jessica like on-chain footprint and can see that her do like pretty much many swapping transactions, so I will assume she like a agent. Yeah, so that is like we're basically just a user persona, the builder, and then like the AI wave come up in 2025. So we thought that AI is the missing link. It's the bridge between the builder and the end users. Because like back then, if I was like a builder myself, and I know that there's not many way to like get to know your user. When you just like when I read that the user connect their wallet into my website, and I wouldn't know like why did they drop this step, and why do they like stop, and how much time does it take them to do a swap transaction. Yeah, I didn't have that kind of information. But now with AI, I think that I can facilitate the customer support based on the user persona. So I think that this is where our aha moment coming from, because like AI is a sweet spot in the bridge between the builder and the user.
Yeah, I'm saying like me personally, I always tried finding, like I've run like creator campaigns and different kind of, on-chain tracking different actions with these quests and whatnot. And it has always been a problem to understand what's actually happening behind the scenes. And whereas in Web 2, it's pretty clear what's happening on the web pages, and you can track and everything's pretty clear. And we have not had those kind of tools in Web 3. Is that like one of the biggest pain points for marketers in the space right now? And how is it different building something like this in Web 3 in juxtaposition that to analytics tools in Web 2?
So your question is like how it's different from like the Web 2 services? Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we have like do we doing market research, and we know that there's like many like big company out there doing like customer support and like customer success engine. For example, Intercom, Mixpanel, and right now I think there's like a rising star named ATO. Yeah, but the things about like these Web 2 company is that their data, the user data, we have to like is not is have like privacy issue with your user data. When you choose like the user have to give the consent in order to like the website collect the data and then have that kind of like personal line and customer line support. But comparing to the Web 3, so everything is open, even like the data. We have like on-chain data, and we can aggregate and as much as any information we like. And yeah, but the user is anonymous, so that is like where the suite come from. It's just like a like missing link between like the user identity is anonymous, and also but like there are so many data out there that indicate what person and what the user need. Yeah, so that is basically I think that is it is like Web 3 is a sweet spot for like sweet to build.
Got it.
Very
Yeah, got it.
interesting. Yeah, so I used to work a lot on Clarity and a lot of like these tools, and we used to have these tools to first pick up the web 2 parts of it, like people using the front end, and then we used to understand, okay, which part is where people are gonna, losing the swap or not ending up completing it. And then in the end, we used to also look at web 3 tools like Dune and all to figure out where the volumes are coming from or what
Mm-hmm.
accounts are doing it for us. Are you in this somehow connecting the two and helping, like that is a clear pain point for a lot of companies that I feel we were never able to understand where is the audience coming from, who is doing maximum number like maximum transactions for us or maximum volume for us, because web3 people are anonymous, you can never like track accounts to country IPs. So
Yeah.
does suit somehow solve that?
Yeah, like you asking like the suite like can track where the user coming from and like other kind.
like
Yeah,
demographics and stuff.
and what?
Like demographics and user
Uh
segmentation, stuff like that.
yeah, I remember like I have a talk with our engineering team that we can really track their country of the users. Yeah, but like it's more come up like with the technical aspect. But I think technically it is in our pipeline to make it come true.
Got
Very
it.
excited to see that happen. Yeah.
Yeah, I understand. Like, also, like, could you walk us through kind of a real life example of Suite being used
Mm-hmm.
in DeFi applications? Maybe how are people currently using your product, and just to get a walkthrough of how they are benefiting right now.
Mm-hmm. So how people can use our product? Like, you guys need like the demo thing? Like I can share my screen in demo suite or something?
Yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Let me try a bit. Okay. Yeah, let's see.
Yeah, I just want to see like how people can leverage Suite right now and different use
Uh,
cases. And I see that like from your website, I've seen that DeFi is a big use case.
mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah. Let me like sign in really quick, like 5 seconds. Yeah, really excited to share it. Oh my god. Yeah, just wondering to see like is it like broken down or not. I'm scared. Oh yeah. Glad it did that broke down. Yeah, let me share my screen. Share screen. Okay. Yeah, can you guys see my screen?
yep, yep.
Yeah. So this is what happen if like a partner can integrate into our app, then they will create a user profile here in like their organization account. So here like is a landing information. So there's a new this we actually integrated into our like landing page like the getsuit.io. Yeah, so this is like basically how our user in visit that landing page is performing. So there I can see new user and the number of total agent, their workflow, and also like any chart of like retention. And here I can like take a quick look about like what are my agent are helping our users about, and like this is like a user profile. And yeah, and when I click in the user person, this is like where the user persona come from. So here you can see all the like I have 38 user that connected to my landing page, and also I can see what is their first connected time to my landing page. But in this rate, Virgin City, it's a joke. It means that the user is new to the DeFi activity, and OG mean that they are like very experienced in that. Here I can see their whole portfolio, and because they don't have NFT, so they are OG in DeFi. Yeah, and yeah, that's it. Here I can see. Yeah, and basically like the trade is the user persona, and also the portfolio value, and all the token are holding. And we're having like important user features as well. And yeah, and this is like our new feature that I love to talk about. Is it like the resource management? So this is where the app can get like your agent can get resource and the context of your app. So here that I upload them about like the my blog, like Suite Substack update, release notes, social media from like if any user add anything about social media, refer them to the X account. Yeah, and then when in the agent, I really can like when I pushing the create agent, I can create a support agent and support this with like the resources like here. So that way,
Awesome.
whenever a user try out like asking some question about Incubase, I can like the agent can automatically like give them all these information. yeah, so that is like basically yeah, what we're like doing here.
Awesome. Yeah, I want to talk about you guys building on base. Uh, sorry, you guys building on base, your experience with the Incubase program. How was it being part of that program, and what kind of support you got from the base team and base ecosystem? And yeah, what's your experience like building on base?
Okay, yeah, my experience viewing Mumbai. Yeah. So my first impression for the like we're like the first the alumni of the first space batch, and our first impression for the program is that the team were really supportive and professional, and they really like responsive to like our inquiry or like if we need anything. Like for instance, because I have like experience taking part in like multiple hackathon before, but the support I received during the incubate is really top tier. Like I cannot like stress enough like how helpful and supportive they are. Like even though like for instance, there's a case that the organizer asked me to fill in a feedback form, the weekly feedback form, and I only mentioned that I didn't get enough time or like didn't get enough head up for this type event, and they really like reached out to me to ask me like if it is still a struggle for me, and is there anything they can do to fix that kind of struggle. So yeah, they really take like their opinion and feedback into real life and really execute like the support as long as possible. And during the incubate, like whenever I need like soft introduction with other base partner, yeah, they're the organizer like hash emergent, they also like give support to me as well. Yeah, and building on base is like really a unique experience because like it have like that kind of mixtures between like the CT trader, the non-technical technical pros, and also the developers. Because me myself, I'm not like a developer, and I'm like really non-technical. I don't get that kind of much like technical sense, but somehow like when looking at base, the thing that make me like want to build on base and want to focus on that is that they really communicating very easily to like understand. Even a non-technical like me is also understand. I don't need to know about what's flop, what is like TPS, how stage one, stage two base layer is, but I really understand that okay, their mission is like to make base for everyone, to make base a rich, not an island. So it's I think that base doing really good in like in terms of like integrating unify the non-technical and technical aspect to create like a very like a decent ecosystem, and in that like it's like a culture there. It's like I know that base sometimes like they have kind of propose, oh, I make some money on base, and oh yeah, I make my trade 10x. Yeah, but it's not that kind of extreme. I know that like the people will still stay there even though they were not that much of money. So yeah, I think that there's something like I cannot like tell it like there's intangible value about like what base can do.
It's amazing. And what's coming next for Suit? Are you building new features, or is there anything you've already planned?
Yeah. So that really like I really like that question. Yeah. Because when we sorting suite, it's just like a hypothesis only. Because this is only my hypothesis that no, we need to understand about user personnel. Yeah, I think that is only myself thinking that. But during our journey for the incubate, we got biology to mention that doing like what we are doing is a crucial like necessary for the future of Web3. And yeah, Chess also like comment on how he liked our idea. And furthermore, we did reach out to a few partner and to see that they also have that kind of need. So for the next like the near milestone, I guess it's like to like build the first like non-Insta MVP person so that other partner people can try it out Sweet first, and then yeah we can like start to like providing the product market fit and reach coverage to like many like DeFi protocol on base to like partner up.
Awesome. That was amazing to know, and rooting for you guys to do well. And it's sort of glad, like nice to hear that the incubation program is playing out nicely, and I've been like a part of it in and out. So super glad to hear that. And yeah, thank you so much for coming on today.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you.